You are the recipient of a message from the angels today, my love. Your loved one has felt the effects of the gulf in communication that has developed between you two, and they want you to know it. Because of the difficulty of this separation, they have given much thought to what went wrong. Realizing how unbalanced the relationship seemed because of their selfish and unfair behaviors, they have come to terms with it. You felt ignored, unwanted, and hurt because you were giving them a lot of yourself but they weren't returning the favor. While you've been away, they've been reflecting on how their actions left you feeling abandoned. They now realize how deeply this hurt you emotionally. They are burdened by guilt and can't escape the thought of the pain they caused you. Their hearts are burdened by the constant reminders of the pain they inflicted. Their deepest apologies go out to you. Feeling profound remorse, they are learning from their errors. They want to set things right and demonstrate that they feel your grief. When they think about it now, they see that they failed to grasp the magnitude of your love. Even while they should have valued the time and effort you put into them, they didn't. They are now confronting the reality of their actions as a result of this realization, which has struck them hard. Their negligence and selfishness are being brought to light as a result. They purposefully disregarded your needs rather of attending to them. They are embarrassed by their treatment of you now. Your unique energy is what they notice now. It goes beyond surface-level considerations of behavior and appearance. They have come to appreciate your kind and compassionate personality, which is unusual in a world that is sometimes cold and heartless. They are beginning to understand how fortunate they are to have someone as generous as you. They sincerely regret passing up the opportunity to appreciate their uniqueness when it presented themselves. Even when you lavish them with love and attention, they are very ashamed of their past actions of disregarding your needs. You felt envious, uneasy, and confused about your role in their lives because they let their pride and ego to dominate, rather than appreciating your affection. They have come to terms with the fact that their actions made you doubt yourself, and they deeply regret it. They come to terms with the fact that their ego ruined a potentially wonderful relationship. Their selfishness prevented them from seeing the extent to which they were damaging you. Love, they have realized, is about giving as much as one receives. They regret letting their ego get in the way of what could have been a healthy and fulfilling relationship with you and feel guilty that they didn't do this sooner. Your loved one is very remorseful for the way they treated you. The angels want you to know this. If only they could fix things from the past, they would. Your affection and the special qualities you offer to a partnership are now appreciated. They regret what they've done and would like to make up with you, but they're afraid it's too late and that you're permanently lost to them. Because of their separation, they have grown as individuals and gained a deeper understanding of love. They learn the hard way that true love is being there for each other when times get bad. Although they are prepared to change, they are unsure if they will get the opportunity to demonstrate their progress. They are waiting for another chance to show you that they have changed and earn your trust again. This individual is deeply troubled by feelings of shame and remorse, yet they hold on to a sliver of optimism. All they want is a second chance to fix things and prove to you how much you matter to them. They now appreciate everything more after going through this difficult period. They miss you in every part of their lives, not just the little ones. All they want is to be back in your loving arms, to feel your gentle smile, and to remember how much you meant to them. When they were with you, they felt protected, and your words would soothe them. They are bereft and confused now that you've left. They had no idea being apart from you would be so challenging. Now they realize the old adage about appreciating what you have until it's gone. This is their new normal, and they can't seem to shake the feeling that they ruined everything they had with you. Their hearts are heavy with regret and grief. Since you two are no longer together, they have been thinking a lot about what transpired between you two. They can't stop thinking about how much you meant to them, how much joy you brought into their lives, and all the wonderful times you two shared. However, they have also come to realize that their ego and pride were obstacles. It hits them hard that their need to be in charge drove you away, and they feel terrible about it. They feel humiliated whenever they consider how they wounded you due to their own anxieties. Realizing that they ruined something lovely, the memories of their losses weigh heavily on them. This realization crushes their hearts. And the haunting idea that things may have been different if they had acted differently haunts them. Because of the hurt they felt for the two of you, they wished they could go back in time and change their minds. Looking back, people can see how caring and patient you were, sticking by their side even when they were unworthy. No matter what, you were always there to lend an ear and a helping hand. They can see now how much you care about the relationship, how much you want it to succeed, and how you kept trying even when things became tough. They feel even worse about themselves now that they know they didn't give you the respect you deserved, because they treated you poorly and took you for granted. They are embarrassed. No matter how dedicated you were, they always seem to recall the times when they managed to make you feel insecure and envious. They did not return the favor after you gave them all you had. They wish they could go back in time and undo everything because of how much regret this concept brings them. Their hearts go out to you for the pain they caused. They have come to realize that you are deserving of much more than what they could provide. They deeply regret the times when they brought you down to your lowest self-esteem. They feel terrible guilt for underestimating your value and are overwhelmed by the realization that you are more valuable than they ever realized. The more they think about it, the more they realize how much they lost. Because of their own problems, they were able to let go of something special and valuable that they had with you. They wish they could undo everything they've done and start over, but they know that's not going to happen because of this realization. They can only carry on with their feelings of sorrow and hold out hope that they and you can make up someday. They are eagerly awaiting a chance to prove their sincere remorse and transformation. They feel more and more guilty every day for dwelling on you and the connection you shared. They yearn for the love, humor, and unique bond you shared with them, and they miss you more than they could have ever dreamed. It hurts for them to think about how they contributed to the outcome. They long for an opportunity to set things right, to show you that they have grown and changed for the better. Right now, they're at an emotional place where they want to mend fences with you. You have the ability to read the room, or notice nonverbal clues that reveal the priorities and expectations of others around you. To fit in with your classmates, you often had to change your interests, habits, and even your beliefs. In an effort to fit in, you adopted a chameleon-like behavior, changing your coloration to blend in. Nevertheless, there was a price to pay for this ongoing adaptation. Discordance between your inner being and the image you presented to the outside world started to creep up on you. Over time, you came to realize that the relationships you created were frequently superficial, and the effort to fit in left you fatigued. They were constructed with insincerity rather than sincerity at their core. True connections were something you yearned for, yet you were afraid to be yourself for fear of rejection. You also had moments of clarity as you were navigating these obstacles. You saw that there were pros and cons to the necessity for approval. Although it pushed you to form relationships, it also caused you to give up on what you truly wanted. You started to wonder if you should have given up your unique identity to win other people's favor. You set out on a path of self-discovery, motivated by this introspection, to learn how to value yourself without the approval of others. You gained an appreciation for genuineness as a result of this experience. When you stopped trying to impress other people and started being yourself, you found that the correct people would love you no matter what. You were able to fully appreciate your eccentricities, interests, and weaknesses after this mental adjustment. You made an effort to surround yourself with people who appreciated you for who you really are. And by doing so, you discovered a more profound feeling of inclusion. Your future relationship strategies are a product of the lessons you learned about acceptance and fitting in. Those who supported you in being genuine grew more important to you, and you were pickier about who you let into your life. You got it. Being open and honest about how you really feel and what you've been through is a great way to build stronger relationships. Looking back, you can see how those early challenges helped you grow as you continue on your journey. You've gone from being someone who felt pressured to fit in to someone who values and honors diversity. While it's normal to want to fit in, you've realized that being around people who love and accept you no matter what makes all the difference. Both your relationships with others and with yourself have been profoundly improved by this new knowledge. You were constantly trying to change yourself, your interests, your behavior, or even your appearance, to fit in with other people's expectations of you. It felt like you had to change who you were completely to fit in. Whenever you interacted with other people, the pressure to fit in was there. You couldn't let your guard down and be authentic because you felt like you were under constant scrutiny. If you didn't conform to the unwritten standards established by others around you, you were afraid of being rejected. Always feeling the need to prove your worthiness in order to be liked or included. The fear of not being accepted hung heavy over you. It was difficult to escape this pressure. It stayed with you and shaped your self-perception and social interactions. Being authentic was challenging because you felt pressured to conform. You figured out an important thing as time went on. True support could be found in no one else but yourself. The assistance you received from friends and family was there on occasion, but it felt fleeting and undependable. You couldn't rely on them at your darkest hours, and it appeared like they were only supportive when it was convenient for them. Your growing reliance on yourself was a direct result of this realization. Support from others seemed ephemeral, appearing and disappearing at will. You realized that being there for yourself was the most reliable option, and you started to believe in your own power and talents. Through thick and thin, you discovered that self-reliance was the only way to get through tough circumstances. Like a heavy burden, the urge to fit in and acquire acceptance was immense. But you learned a valuable lesson from it. Validation and support from other people aren't always there for you. Your personal inner strength is something you must uncover. There were moments of profound isolation along the way, but you emerged stronger from the ordeal. You become more self-reliant by learning to follow your gut feelings even when no one else did. Because of this, you now realize that your own approval is the most important. The angel's word must reach all people. Please think about subscribing to our channel if you love God. On this path to love, your unfaltering support has been invaluable. You can express your gratitude with a great thanks up to $20.